Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to the Cobra Central toy review. And today's toy review, we're looking at the 2008 release by Hasbro of the Target exclusive G.I. Joe celebrating the 25th anniversary vehicle and action figure review. And today's vehicle and action figure review, we're looking at the Conquest X30 Plane and the pilot, Lieutenant Slipstream. Now, I got this straight from eBay for 250 ringgit. You must be wondering, wow, that's pretty pricey just to get the Conquest X30 plane. Technically, the plane is not really that expensive. It's the shipping charges that's really expensive because due to the size of the packaging itself and really big packaging. So I'm willing to pay a little bit expense to get the plane intact and mint in box as well. I don't want to get it in a loose complete because I don't want the plane to get damaged when being delivered over to Malaysia. I mean, I buy stuff from the US and have it shipped all the way to Malaysia, and you have no idea that every time I buy something, I'll get a little bit paranoid to whether or not if the item will get damaged or not during the process of being shipped over. So a little bit of pricey with the shipping charges, but really worth it because I don't want the vehicle to get damaged, plus the fact that I really love the packaging style. As you can see here, the entire front part of the packaging, you get to see a window, and through it you get to see the entire vehicle itself. It's really huge vehicle, and behind it there's a lot of things going on. There's a battle going on, and the artwork is very nicely done. One side of the artwork here, you have the USS flag with the Sky Striker on top, and there's a G.I. Joe killer whale now going over to the USS flag. There's also a few Conquest X30 planes flying over. On the other side here, you got a couple of Sky Strikers, and on the other side you have the Cobra Night Raven. Very nice. And we have a really big image of Lieutenant Slipstream with the figure there. Now, at the bottom, there's nothing really special, just the image of the Conquest X30 with Lieutenant Slipstream. Now, on the other side here, we have the file cards. I'm gonna place something below so I don't have to hold it all the time. So let's start off with reading the file card. Conquest X30 pilot, codename Lieutenant Slipstream. You got a small little artwork of Lieutenant Slipstream. Now this time the artwork looking on the other side compared to the front part of the packaging where he's looking on, well, onto the left side. This one is looking on the right side. File name Boyajin Gregory B. Primary military specialty fighter pilot. Secondary military specialty computer technology. Birthplace Provo, Utah. Grade O-2. Now in the write-up it stated Lieutenant Slipstream was a video game whiz and computer hacker until he discovered flying. He joined the Junior Civil Air Patrol while a teenager and eventually got his Air Force commission through the ROTC. He finished at the top of his class in flight school, where his knowledge of computers and his lightning reflexes gave him a keen competitive edge. It takes a light touch to fly a fighter aircraft that's tricked out with highly sensitive computer-assisted control surfaces, but Lieutenant Slipstream has the eyes, the brains, and the guts to make the aircraft do exactly what he wants. He speaks several languages fluently, plays a mean game of table tennis, and is known in the quote-and-unquote pit as an unrepentant joker and mimic. Now, someone quote him, the controls are incredibly sensitive, so you have to have a steady hand to fly a fighter, and it doesn't hurt you have a streak of a daredevil in you too. Very nice. On the other side, we have the file card for the Conquest X30. Conquest X30, designation, fighter, weapons, missile, and bombs. Now, the Conquest X30 is the fighter in the G.I. Joe team's aerial fleet, carrying air-to-air missiles and air-to-surface bombs. The sleek aircraft gives the Cobra Rattler a run for its money when these two advanced design fighters square off in the sky. The latest advancements in design and engineering has been built into this fighter, including super cruise capability, stealth technology, and integrated avionics. It is highly maneuverable at both subsonic and supersonic speeds, confounding Cobra pilots with extraordinarily tight turns and high angles of attack. Wow. very nice, and I really babble long enough, so let's speed things up a little bit. Now at the back of the packaging is the same image. Now it's another small little write-up. Like a razor-sharp arrow, the Conquest X30 fighter pierces the sky on its mission to stop the Cobra Rattler from reaching the G.I. Joe base. Lieutenant Slipstream expertly pilots the aircraft to gain a clear shot at the enemy fighter. And you got a big image of the Conquest X30 with Lieutenant Slipstream there, stating on this side here, the canopy that opens, removable missiles and bombs, and a fold-up landing gear. At the bottom section here, we have the image of the Cobra Rattler with Wild Weasel. So, without further ado, let's open up this huge box so we can molest the toys. Be right back. And we're back of the figure and the plane out from the box itself. Now, I already fully plastered the entire plane with the stickers. But first things first, let's take a look at the incredibly large instruction manual. Well, not much of an instruction manual because half of it is actually detailing about the Conquest X30's technobabble. The second section is also interesting because it's actually instruction on, well, how to assemble the cannons and stabilize it, or the rudders are shown in the images itself. But thing is, everything is already pre-assembled in the box. The moment you take out the plane, you don't need to assemble anything. So I guess they must have left this out. Now at the bottom section here is an instruction on where to place all the stickers, and the stickers is a lot and huge, as you can see there. All the stickers are being applied onto. Only like 2 stickers are originally pre-applied into the box itself. The star, one side of the star here, and the Cobra logos here, which is quite interesting, but I really wish they didn't pre-apply the stickers first. Now let's take a look at the figure. This is Lieutenant Slipstream, and he doesn't come with any base stand or weapons at all. Yes, don't even have a base stand, which is rather sad. Let's take a look at the colors, the paint job. Majority of the dark gray that you see here, they're all painted. Very nicely done there. The lower shins, the tie, the straps on the torso. However, the belt here, the entire belt, that's the plastic color, as you can see, like so. Yes, the belt buckle can be unbuckled. Problem is you can't remove the belt. The belt buckles are all painted in silver. The buckles there on the torso is painted in silver. Pouches on the torso is painted in black. Silver paint job, a little bit of silver paint job on the buttons. Brown pockets are painted. I'm not too sure why they paint this in brown. Got a black strap going on. The gloves and the boots here are pure black plastic, and the rest of the colors here, this very dull green colors, that's the plastic color. Now for the head itself, once I remove that, you notice the neck here is also painted. Now the head is actually entirely of brown plastic color, so the entire helmet there is not painted at all, which is rather disappointing actually. The goggle is painted in silver, flesh tone skin is painted, and the mustache is, well, it's not really well painted. It looks like there's a bit of smudge on the upper lips there, but it's still okay. The chin strap is painted in black, and that's about it. Now let's take a look at the figure sculpt. There's nothing new with the figure at all. The head sculpt is from tripwire. Yep. The torso, lower torso, the arms and hands is from snow job. And the thighs, lower legs and feet are from Captain Ace. So basically this figure has nothing new, no base stand, and no accessories. Let's take a look at the figure's articulation then. Head can pivot downwards, upwards, and go side to side, and turn 360 degrees. Torso here can move forward, back a little bit, turn 360 degrees, go side to side. As you can see here, it's a bit tight. Shoulders here can turn 360 degrees and raise the arms this far. Elbow joint here can bend this far, back a little bit, and turn 360 degrees. Wrist joint can turn 360 degrees. Now for the hip joints is a bit hindered thanks to the belt itself. So one side of the leg here can only bend this far, the other side is also this much. Now you can spread the legs, but this one is a bit hindered. Double jointed knee that bend this far, and ankle joint that pivot downwards, a little bit upwards, and turn 360 degrees. Overall, the figure is nothing exciting to talk about. There's no new sculpt, there's no base stand, there's no new accessories or even any accessories at all. So if I'm gonna give a rating out of this, it's not bad. The colors are okay, and the mixture of the body parts is alright, but it's not gonna win me any votes. So if I'm gonna give a rating out of this, I'll give it a nice 5 out of 10. A nice 5 out of 10. And despite that a little bit hindrance to the belt itself, if he wants to sit down like so, he can still fit into the Conquest X30's cockpit with no problem. Well, perhaps you have to squeeze him a little bit because thanks to the belt, but otherwise the figure is alright. So 5 out of 10 for Lieutenant Slipstream. Next we'll take a look at Conquest X30. Be right back. And we're back, and this time we'll take a look at the Conquest X30 plane. Now let's take a look at the colors first. Now you'll notice that the entire plane is not painted at all, it's just pure plastic color. Now this is typical for the 25th Anniversary G.I. Joe vehicle line, as they normally don't paint their vehicles. Some of them do, but most of them don't. However, for this version, you can see that there's a lot of variety of different colored plastic applied to the entire plane itself, which is, it at least makes the plane looks more nicer rather than just one color to make it really bland. Now with the colors plus with the stickers being applied onto the plane, it looks really nice. Now let's take a look at the colors here. The body, the wings, and the back portion of the lower fins here, the landing covers, the rims for the wheels itself are all in grey color plastic. 4 of the missiles plus the jet propulsion at the back here are all in yellow plastic. 2 of the bombs here, you notice this is a different type of well, grey color compared to the body itself. It's a bit more bluish grey. And then the canopy here, you can see that it's made of a dark grey clear translucent plastic. The cockpit is made of dark grey plastic. By opening this engine part here, you can see the engines inside are all in dark grey, and so does the back portion here, also in dark grey. Very nice. And finally, the rudders, the fins next to the cockpit, and the nose cone plus the wheels are all in black plastic. Very nicely done. Now the plane comes with six accessories, 4 missiles and 2 bombs, and that's all there is. However, you can see they are all packed in like so. There's a pack here and there's a hole there, so they just held on like so. But some of the missiles and one of the bombs there, it doesn't hold on quite well to the pegs because it's not tight enough. So if a simple nudge to the missile or to the bomb, it will just pop off from the plane itself. So that's really a disappointing part there. Now for the entire mold of the plane itself, despite that it's the same version of the mold of the 1986 release of the Conquest X30 plane, this is not the 1986 version. As shown at the bottom here, it's stated 2002. This is a modified version of the 1986, remodified and then turned into, well, 2008 release, because they have to modify the cockpit to fit in for the 25th anniversary figure. So they used the body for the 2002, which 2002 used the 1986, and then they, well, remodified the cockpit a little bit, but still very nice. Now, there's a lot of details being applied onto throughout the entire plane. Near the nose itself, you see there's two machine guns there, very nice. There's a lot of panels going on. There's also ventilation slits there, you can see. You notice the wings here, you got the flappers, the gas pump, but on the other side of the wing, you got the flappers, gas pump, and ventilation holes here. Now, at the bottom section here, more ventilation holes, more covers, more filters. Now, landing gears is very nicely done with the details there, and you can actually close it like so. You can see all the details there. Back portion of the wheels is different. You have to close it on the sideways. As you can see, there's sort of like a clockwork, mini clockwork gears going on, and then you push it all the way in like so, and you can just see more details being put onto the bottom section of the panel. Then you flip it back up if you want the landing gears to be shown, like so. And the wheels all rolls, as you can see, very nicely done. It does not squeak at all. However, this portion here, as you can see, is a bit loose, so it tends to loosen up the balance a little bit. Now, there's also another problem with the plane itself. There's two rudders at the back here, tends to pop off quite easily. Now, the engine cover here can be opened to show the details of the engine, very nicely done. So that's the back portion here. A lot of nice details on the engine. Problem with the two covers is that the peg, one of the pegs are a bit too long, so when it closes all the way in, you have a hard time trying to pull it back out. So I have to file down the pegs a little bit thinner so it can close and open quite easily. Now, the canopy here can be opened to reveal the cockpit, very nice, as you can see. And then you can place Lieutenant Slipstream in there, despite that he has problems with the belt hindering the hip articulation a little bit because it doesn't sit all the way in. He can still sit in nicely, as you can see, like so, and you can close it like so, leaving a bit of room for him to sit as well. His head doesn't touch all the way up to the ceiling of the canopy hatch, which is very nicely done. Now, with the stickers being applied on, the stickers are really nice in design, especially on the front part of the nose itself. As you can see, there's a row of fangs. It looks like a shark actually, with the eyes there. Very nicely done with the details of the stickers. American flag, the stars, the G.I. Joe logo at the back here, the Conquest X30. I'm going to pull this out to show you guys here. Very nicely done with the sticker design. But there are two pre-applied stickers. The moment, well, even before I open the box, there are two pre-applied stickers being applied onto the plane itself. That will be one part here, the star, and the 4 Cobra logos here, which is Slipstream most likely shot down 4 Cobras. 4 Cobra vehicles. Bottom section don't have a lot of stickers being applied upon to. This is a very nicely done vehicle. Very nicely done. So if I'm gonna give a rating out of this, I would say I'll give it a nice 8 out of 10. Yes, a nice 8 out of 10 for the Conquest X30 Plane. Now, the details are very nice, the stickers are very well done, and the entire overall design is very awesome. Problem is that the missiles, some of the missiles and bombs don't fit into the pegs very well, so it tends to get loose, and if you nudge it, it will fall off. The rudders at the back is a bit too loose, and the two hatches it's too tight that I have to file it down just to able to remove the hatches out from the body itself. Otherwise, the entire plane looks really great. So 8 out of 10 for the Conquest X30 plane. I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05 and I'm signing off.